Let us take a look at those particular columns we've added. So click on this particular icon here to actually go to the worksheet. Now here we are. We have a pivot table here. Inside this pivot table, we can just go ahead and click on our customer lookup table here. And now if we scroll down a little bit, this is what we see. So we have the customer age, which I can drag into the raw area here. And it gives me all the age of my customers from 14 down to 60 here. And if I come to the age bucket here, I can drag the age bucket to this particular part, or I can decide to bring my age bucket here. And now it's gonna be this. Doesn't really make any sense right now, but this is exactly what you need to see. So what if I have this one removed away from here? So it's still the same thing when we drag this in here. So it gives us the same thing. There is no use keeping two of them because they gave us the same thing, but using if and switch definitely made a difference there. So now you can see how, the calculated column works. So the calculated column is always good to create something that has to do with dimension rather than just, numbers. Let us look at this here. If we decide to actually create, I want to go right here. Now we have this particular quantity. So if we want to actually use the calculated column to calculate our, revenue, we would have to do extra work. First of all, we have to bring in the column that actually, has the price of every single product in our product table. So now what we're doing in that particular case is we're using this particular function called related. So with related now, we have this particular table called price, which is retail price here. I'm going to close it. So if I hit my enter key, let's see what we have. So now I just have the price of this particular product here. I'm going to so this product ID is 715. 715 can be sold as many times as it can. If I filter 715 equals 715, I'm going to click on OK here. And you can see 715 was sold multiple times and we have the same price for the product, right? So I want to check out what 715, what is the product in the product table. Before then, we can just name this one to price. Price. For the time being, I'm going to get this off because we don't need to have this. So for the time being, I'm going to keep this right here. So 715 is the product ID. So under the product lookup here, so we have to go ahead and see what is the product. So this is the product ID. So we go ahead and filter it where it is equals to 715. I'm going to click on OK. And what is the price? The price is 1.55. It could be in naira, in dollar, in pounds, in euro, whatever. It depends on the currency you are using. So we're going to use dollar right here. Is $1.55. So $1.55. So we just have to go ahead and verify if this is true. And the product name is this particular one here. So can you see the mushroom pizza? So 1.55, $1.55. So we can just go ahead and close it and clear that. So go to your fact table and let's see if that is correct. That is correct. 715, $1.55. So the only way to actually get this calculated now to know what is the revenue you've made between this quantity sold when you multiply it by this one is to actually add another column called calculated column, which we've just added previously, to create dimension. So if you want to use this to create measure, this is what you do, which is not an ideal. I don't actually want you to do this, but I want to show you that it is possible if you want to do this. So now what you do is to have your, have this particular column selected and come here, you're equal to, so we just have to say quantity, which is this here. So we multiply it by what? By the price. So the price is here. So remember, if you don't actually do this, when you select the price, it's going to come with the table name. And I've told you, the table name is not really important. If you want to keep it, you can do that. But to me, it is not actually important. So you take it off. And once we hit our enter key right now, we're going to see what we have. So now we have this as our calculated column to calculate our revenue. So we're going to keep this here to make a comparison as we create normal measure. So for this one now, I want to go ahead and just say revenue. So revenue 1, because we're going to create revenue 2 as a measure, which will actually give you same thing we have right here. And I'll now give you why you should not use this if your measure can calculate that for you. It's never an ideal to use calculated column where measure can handle the same calculation for you. But we have just seen how you can actually use calculated column to actually calculate your revenue, and it's going to go through it row by row. So it's actually this is what we call row context, and we're going to use the measure, which is filter context, and I'm going to show you how everything played out.